It's just a battle royale, and you just see like the tip of the penis, and you just pee on each
Oh my god.
other. Sounds
As
like
I started, I'm technically on call for another hour and 45 minutes as well.
perfect. Yeah, that's perfect length of
Stream clash.
the stream class.
Get a phone right at the end of the podcast.
Right at the end.
Yeah. Like, it's an emergency. Okay, I'll be there.
And just like leave and just
Or
your
it's an
seat's
emergency,
spinning.
in which case I won't be there because I'm working remotely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, the music just finished. We are live. Keith,
Hello,
you want to give us
everybody.
the intro?
Happy Easter weekend. Just before we start, I'd like to thank Matt for getting up early to do this. And just to go show how much of a nice guy he is, he gets his dog Starbucks.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
Yeah.
Puppuccino, I think it was called.
Puppuccino, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still confused as to how they actually regulate whether or not you're giving the dog. Do you have to actually give it to the dog whilst the person from Starbucks is watching? Otherwise,
Well-
you're just getting free whipped cream.
No, I mean we're in the drive-through and the dog's in the back seat, so
Yeah, so they can see them.
Okay.
They can see you handing over the little cup of whipped cream, but they can't see you actually giving it to the dog unless you've got to stay there. Because otherwise, how do they know you're just getting free cream? You could just be driving round and round and round to all the Starbucks with your dog to get, I know, a litre of whipped cream for
you're
whatever weird
terrible.
stuff you do with it.
I mean we
You'd
are.
be a terrible human being if you deprived your dog of some whipped cream, you know? How
Yeah,
would you,
you-
live with yourself?
You start leaning in the back seat with the cup, and as you're driving away, and the second like the cashier's out of sight, you pull it back like psych.
What's funny is, so my wife was telling me, she's like, every time I have her in the car and I go to Starbucks, she'll sniff my drink because she like anticipates
Your
getting-
wife.
Yeah, no, my all right. So the dog, when she's got the dog in the car, the dog will like
Okay.
sniff her. Yeah, it's too early in the morning, dude.
Matt, you told me you were busy. You said you were sleeping, and then I saw a YouTube video where you were cheering someone on as they took their shot at the craps table or the roulette table.
I'm glad
So,
I'm glad that you brought this up because nobody commented on my tweet, and I was very disappointed.
I immediately saw both you and your wife. She's got a great smile. She looked like she was pretty she was into that she fit in with the crowd, kind of being excited at the table. So that's quite good. I enjoyed it. Do you want to talk about it?
well, I was
just
gonna
leave it
let
at
I was gonna let Keith finish the intro and introduce everybody. And
Hello, we are the Beerumverate. We're a group of guys from Sifted.net who like to talk about good beer and video games tonight. To promote drinking, please drink responsibly. Any beers or breweries we may be talking about aren't sponsoring us, but if they would like to, thank you very much. Matt, what were you going to say?
I was in my friend's music video, and wow, that was, I think, the most concise, clear, and fastest that you've ever done the intro. So, yeah, if
You got to move to America, do voiceovers at the end of like drug ads.
yeah,
Yeah.
I see enough of them on the NFL that I could do this.
Jesus, yeah.
Warning, may cause death, or cancer.
You're like, wait, what did
Side effects
he
may
just say I'm
involve-
gonna die?
yeah. Oily discharge was always my favorite.
Yes.
Are we talking bands? Weird bands?
No side effects for drugs.
Right, this is turning out to be a bit terrible.
Sorry.
Right, so go around and see how everyone is. Other than, Liam, how's things in Cambridge?
The same as usual. I've been going for some very pleasant and peaceful midnight walks. My God, how weird is that? Like, now that is the weirdest thing ever. It's just no cars, no nothing. It's so quiet. I can, if I listen really carefully, I can hear them doing work on the A11. Other than that,
Wow.
it's pitch quiet, and it feels like I'm in an apocalyptic movie of some sort, and I love it.
I'm actually really enjoying the lack of cars on the road. It's
Yeah.
where walking to the shops. I don't feel like I need an inhaler just to walk to the shops and all the cars belching out shite. How are things in Kyoto?
Well, you would never think there was a pandemic. I went for a run today. There's people under the trees drinking beer, soccer games, people walking dogs, running, biking. There is a person blowing bubbles into the kind of dirt road
Vicinity.
that's running parallel to the river, blowing bubbles into it. I had to dodge bubbles.
What?
The cutest thing ever. Just like no one has wrapped their mind around this virus, and it's partly because of Japan hanging on to the hope that the Olympics were actually going to be this year, and then like a day after they postponed it, all of a sudden the Tokyo is under the spike in the number of people that have been confirmed for coronavirus cases just has been skyrocketing, and it's been an absolute disaster, and that's the government's definitely to blame for that. But I'm all right.
Sounds quite scary because people. It sounds like they're in denial right now.
The messaging has been absolutely terrible for this entire year, and just it's basically like the governors are going in front of the camera and be like, don't go outside, you guys. Like that's basically how it sounds. So no one's taking it seriously, and I just think it's going to get worse, a hell of a lot worse in Japan. Tokyo is the hardest hit, and I don't know if it's going to get to New York proportions, but it's pretty bad there, and it's only going to get worse for the next couple months, I think. But
Right, Matt, how are things in Las Vegas, which is in the state of Nevada, which is in the United States of America?
We won the challenge. Things aren't too bad here. Yeah, in terms of everything that's going on, it's weird to see everybody wearing masks. Like every time you go out now, everybody's wearing a mask.
Yeah, that must be weird in the States.
But yeah, pretty good.
Or is everyone thinking it's the purge?
That might be on the horizon. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, if the antibiotics don't stop the virus, we're just going to have to go straight to the purge. Michael, welcome back. Or should I say, Ninja Turtle Man?
With a question mark. Is that written, or is just a punctuation mark?
No, yeah, it's got a question mark.
It has to. If we're doing names, they have to have question marks with them. How are things in Southampton?
They, of course, we feel it. It's a much smaller city, and it's also low profile, so we're not getting a lot of it right here. There are cases in Hampshire, which Southampton is part of this county. But yeah, people are wearing masks. There are measures being taken in all stores, so that's good. That's reassuring at the very least. I'm enjoying the warmer weather. Finally, we're getting warmer temperatures, and for the past 2 months, I've been trying to grow my own vegetables on the balcony, so they should thrive during these weather conditions. But yeah, other than that, I'm staying in home, working from home, as always. So yeah.
Thank you very much. Right, who's got beers? I've got beers.
I've got one beer.
Toast. That was one that you had last week, right? That you didn't drink?
Yeah, so I didn't have this one last week. But this is their American style pale ale. So they do a kind of English style IPA, but then this is their American one, and they're called Toast because they use bread to ferment the beer.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it reduces waste exponentially by taking stale bread that's going to get thrown away, and they use the yeast that's in the bread to ferment the beer. It's not particularly strong, so 4.8%. Decent kind of nutty colour. It's quite easily drinkable. It says it's zesty, but I'm getting more kind of a bit of spice off it as well. It's very nice. It's quite a nice light beer to have on a relatively sunny day indoors.
I like the color. Looks good.
Yeah, it does. I think we talked about that when I was in England last year. I remember you mentioning that one. All right,
They
I'm
do
drinking
about 3 different kinds.
So wait, the name of the brewery is Toast, right?
Yep. And they do
Okay.
3 different variations, but all of the beer is made with leftover bread that's going to get thrown away.
That is pretty cool. I like that. It's the only time I've ever heard someone doing that. I saved this beer for this. It's been sitting in the fridge for a bit. This is the AleSmith Opus 2 Double India Pale Ale. It is 8.5%.
Oh, so it's a session.
It's a perfect session beer, right?
We should get a sound effect for that.
Just sound it. It's apparently citrusy, hoppy, and resinous. So it pours. It's actually a bit more golden than I thought it was going to be. It's more golden than amber. I don't even know if I would say a golden amber golden. Pop punk pop, which goes first, which goes second. Yeah, that's really, really good. Wow, it's one of those IPAs that smells like any other IPA, but when you drink that and it hits your tongue, that bitterness and that strong bite just fucking snaps and it just locks in. It doesn't go away. That is really, really good. And I could see myself drinking about 14 of these. Does anyone else have beers?
It's way too early for beer for me.
Yeah. Just see you pull. Come on, get a coffee IPA or something. Just
I had to close my blinds because the sun's just now coming out.
Yeah, that's earlier than I wake up for work.
So what we're starting off with today is another quiz. So let me get myself ready.
I really enjoyed that quiz last time. I remember Mick Womble talking about the idea of doing this kind of I don't know, UK USA challenge. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. But I was sitting there, I was like, I had to put my knuckles under my chin. I was like, this is fucking interesting. So yeah, I'll
I didn't realize
offer the hat to you.
I didn't realize that Matt mentioned afterwards that it turns out that Corey was a spelling bee champion, apparently.
I don't know if that's true.
Why did he make?
I don't know if that's true. I just was like, he pulled that one.
Liam's having a.
So next time Corey's on, I'm going to ask him how to spell Llanelli.
Could have helped me with Massachusetts. Also.
Right. So this time around, the stakes are. So the quiz questions are all based around my playing of 3 Battle Royale games that are Apex Legends, Fortnite, and Call of Duty Warzone. So if anyone really wanted to win this, most of these answers are actually in my player profile.
Oh, all right, okay.
So you could have done research.
Damn it.
Right, the stakes are, Evan, if you win, you can delete Apex Legends from your PS4, never for it to return, and I will never mention playing any Battle Royale game with you ever again. However, if you lose, at the next available weekend that we can get a squad together, you have to stream on Twitch 90 minutes of Apex Legends.
Oh my god. All right.
Is it, are we still doing teams? So
yeah, so Evan, you pick who you want to be on your team, and then the other 2 people will be against you, representing me and the whole Beerumverate audience, really, because everyone wants to see that.
Based on almost nothing, I just assume that Liam knows the most in general about Battle Royale games, although I know it's more specifically about you. And Matt's, when you told Matt that all we had to do is look at your game or whatever, and Matt's like, oh, I didn't do that, so I'm not gonna pick him. Actually, Michael, I don't know how much you know about the Battle Royale series. Genre, whatever it's
I
called.
don't play
know what I'm
them,
talking
but I
about.
follow everything because I don't know. It's just in the sifted feed, so.
Sure. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with Liam strictly because I think he might be able to pull some Matt Burkoff like answers out of his ass, and maybe save me from having to stream this game for 90 minutes.
I'll try my best to save you, but you're putting me in an odd situation where I want you to lose so I can watch you play Apex Legends for 90 minutes.
Don't sabotage me, please.
I won't. I will resist the temptation.
Knowing not what's coming, right?
So the teams are set. Evan and Liam versus Matt and Michael. Evan, do you want to go first or second?
Is it just like, for example, you have 10 questions, and if I go first, each. 7 each? Okay. You know what? I want to go second because I want to get a feel for what kind of quiz this is going to be. So.
Right. Okay. So, team one. I'm secretly rooting for you, but not because I need to be impartial.
Hey.
Right. So, question 1 for team 1: how many random players that I have played Apex Legends and Fortnite with are now PSN friends with me? Is it none? Is it 2? Or is it 4?
At least we get multiple choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with none.
Michael, so you do this as part of the team, so you need to agree.
Yeah, we agree with none, right? Yeah.
That's wrong. It's actually 2.
Wow.
I wish I would have gone because I would have guessed that for no reason other than
you're more social than I thought.
Other than I now know the answer.
Basically, yes.
Right. Question 2 for team 1: which Apex Legends character did I get my first victory playing as? Was it Bangalore, Bloodhound, or Gibraltar?
I have to look at their faces.
Oh wait, is it? It's not us. You're doing all 7 questions, and then we do all 7 questions.
Yeah, pretty much exactly the same that we did last week, Liam. So thanks for paying attention.
I'm sorry, I subbed to that quiz too.
To be fair, you didn't say that, but sure.
Damn.
So, all right,
I think I know the answer.
What were the choices? Bangalore, Bloodhound,
and Gibraltar.
Or Gibraltar? I think I know this, and I think I know the answer.
Well,
Michael, do you agree to go Bloodhound with me?
Yeah. I'll go with you. I have absolutely no clue what they look like, what their names are.
Our answer is Bloodhound.
That is correct.
Yeah,
Would you like to explain why you thought that was the case?
The only reason I know that is because when we played, that was the character you played as.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it helps to play together. I guess it helps.
See, I would have said Bangalore by that same logic.
Liam, you're not making me feel confident about the person that I picked.
Hey, I'm lowering expectations here, so I can come in and win.
All right. No, so fair enough.
The next question for Team 1: which character in Apex Legends do I have the most victories playing as? Is it Caustic, Gibraltar, or Mirage?
Whatever you pick, Michael, I'm going to go with because I'm not sure.
I would go for Gibraltar because it appeared twice now.
Okay. Yeah. Final answer.
Might be a trick question, right? Yeah.
It's actually Mirage.
All right.
Ironically enough.
Right. So next question for Team 1. In Fortnite, how many total eliminations do I have across all the Battle Royale modes? Is it 17, 28, or 35?
Holy shit. Fucking played that game a lot.
Yeah, I would say the top 135. Do you agree, Michael?
Yeah, I agree.
All right. 35.
It's actually 28.
Oh, really? Damn. It's not looking
See,
good,
and,
Keith.
and so if anyone had just actually bothered to do some research,
You said it last week, didn't you?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to do research.
I was under
with-
the impression these were going to be general questions. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what I mean. It was gonna be about you, but I didn't know what that meant. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'd
don't
like to
know.
keep people-
We had to research someone's profile. So yeah, there you go.
well, I like to keep people on their toes. I am the maniacal quizmaster as a Beerumverate.
There you go.
Right. So next question, Team 1. In Fortnite, what is the total number of matches that I have played across all the Battle Royale modes? Is it 36, 56, or 76?
76. I picked the highest number.
I kind of want to go with the middle one because he's tricked us the last couple times and said that the middle number is the answer. What was the second option, Keith?
So it's 36, 56, or 76.
So what were these total matches in any mode?
Total matches played.
I think you played more than that. I don't know. Like if you got that many total eliminations, I would say you kind of played a lot of it.
Okay.
That's my reasoning. So I would go with 76.
All right, we'll go with
What is
76.
it?
We'll go with 76.
You let me down.
Was it the second
No.
option?
No, it was actually 36.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
You think I'm that
That's-
shit at that game? How
I'm-
dare
that
you?
makes your total number of kills quite impressive, actually.
oh. You know
Well,
what?
you think
I'm
it's-
gonna fucking fail this because I thought when you said eliminations, I thought you meant the people
How many
that you
times I've been
eliminated. The opposite of what you meant. This is Liam. You really have to help me. When it comes to our turn.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. In last question, no. So penultimate question for Team 1. In Fortnite, what is my current character level? Is it 22, 25, or 29?
Yeah, I should have looked at your profile. Which I'm currently not looking up on the other screen. Talk a little bit,
Anyone who
Michael,
has
so
an
that I
epic,
can...
anyone has an Epic account, just log in quickly.
That's fucked up. Don't do that. It's not fair to me.
No, it's going to take too long for me to sign in.
What
were the options
answers
again?
Yeah, options.
So my current character level is what? 22, 25, or 29?
In Fortnite.
Yep.
And you've played how many matches? 36?
36.
I'll go with the middle one. I think the middle one's right.
yeah.
It
What's
is. It is 25.
Yes.
So far you've got
2.
2 out of
points.
2 out of 6. Right. Final question. In Warzone, how many total kills do I have? This Call of Duty Warzone. Is it 7, 12, or 19?
How is it any? I didn't think you had played it yet.
Played it with them.
Okay.
He did say the quiz would be including Warzone. So
I got to go with the lowest one, 7, because I don't think he's
Yeah,
played it that
7.
much. Yeah.
That is correct.
Yes.
God damn it!
Well done.
Jesus.
I mean,
And I got
Keep it-
4
it
of
cool.
those kills in a match with Liam.
Nice.
You see, that put me off, but I thought, oh, no, Keith could quite well. I'm sure he's gotten more than 7.
there you go. Yeah. See, sometimes knowing the person works against you.
You
I
see,
what he's
Evan,
doing
I'm
here.
glad you went for the second set of questions. So.
Yeah. At least we know.
Well, right now you are.
Yeah, now I am, yeah.
you gotta
Right, so team-
get 4 right, though.
Fuck, that's a lot.
4
That's too
or
many.
more.
That's too many.
Right, are you ready?
Yeah.
No.
Right, Evan, Liam, your first question. I have the player trophy for reaching level 50 in Apex Legends, but what percentage of other players have that trophy? Is it 13.4%, 15.4%, or 17.4%?
Wait. What level? 50?
Yes. Getting any
13.
character to level 50, you get a trophy.
Um,
And it's a silver trophy,
what
same
was
as the
the first
platinum
option
one in
again?
Capcom Beat 'em Up Collection.
was 13.1. What did you say?
13.4, 15.4, or 17.4.
I would
So-
go with the lowest option, Evan, because so many people would have just played the game to the point where the percentage of people that have played the game like to that level would be quite small. I'm sure everybody must have at least tried it once at this point.
Sure.
So I'm feeling like the lowest percentage is more likely.
I see what you're saying. So many people play the game that they're just not going to get there.
It's free to play, so you can just download it and play.
All right, we'll go with answer number 1.
Okay, answer number 1 is wrong. It's actually 15.4.
Fuck.
Off to a good start.
Right.
Yeah. That's
so
all right.
Question 2 for Team 2. In Apex Legends, what is my current lifetime kill death ratio? Is it 0.48, 0.53, or 0.57?
Wait, what? 0.4.
0.43, right?
0.48, 0.53, or 0.57?
Basically means he gets half a kill almost every time he dies.
He dies twice every kill.
For every death. Yeah. Oh my god.
I just love Evan struggling.
This is just
1 out of 3.
luck.
He's the only one that has anything at stake here.
I'm going to leave this one up to you, Evan. This is
Sorry. To be fair, it actually did the call skipped. It was 0.4 something, 0.5. What was the middle one?
Right. So I'll repeat the question
Thank
and
you.
stop fucking around with your router. In
Over
Apex
there.
Legends, what is my current lifetime kill death ratio? Is it 0.48, 0.53, or 0.57?
How good is Mick Womble at the game that he holds dearest to himself? I think you're.
I've never said that.
I think you love the game, but you're a bit under 500. I'll go with answer number 1.
0.48. You think I'm that shit?
I don't even know what's normal for these types of games.
Do you feel confident with that answer?
No, I don't. So they're so close, but like
They are pretty
maybe
close,
if you
but-
play these games, the difference between like 0.05 is quite a lot. Like he can't be 0.53; it's got to be 0.58. I have no idea. I haven't looked at any of this shit. I have no idea what's normal, what's not. Like
So to let people know, my current kill death ratio in Apex Legends is 0.57.
God damn it! You only did that to make me feel small and also to show off.
Yeah, it's not that great a claim.
God damn
Right.
it! It's not a good start.
Okay, I play Fortnite mainly with my best friend, whose name I've mentioned multiple times on this show. What is his name?
I don't remember.
Do we
his
get?
name.
We don't get.
No multiple choices.
No multiple choice here because I've mentioned it so many. I've mentioned it at
Oh.
least 5 times on this show.
I can barely remember my own name, let alone.
Wait, what's the name of Mythic Griffin? What's his name?
Corey.
It's Corey.
Corey. I was gonna say Corey.
Corey.
Um.
Tom or something like that.
Right, I'll give you some choices. Right. Is it David? Is it James? Or is it Michael?
James.
I think it's James.
It's not. It's David. James is his older brother.
Oh, he's your older brother. Oh, God.
No, he's his older brother.
Oh,
God,
his
also
older
played
brother.
that game, man.
Oh,
Right.
jeez.
How many questions
So
do they have
far,
left?
So you've got
You
1,
can get all of them, right?
I'll try to speed up our thinking process here.
3,
I think
4.
we're only on
Yeah,
3.
you've got 4 left, and you
You
need
have
to
to
get
get
all 4.
It's the worst quiz show ever.
All right, so if
God
they miss the next one, give them a bonus question.
Okay.
happen.
Next question. In Fortnite, how many victory royales do I have across all the battle royale modes? Is it 5, 7, or 11?
What does that mean?
How many times have I won?
Yeah, chicken dinner.
Oh, like one person standing. You're the
All
final one.
squads or
last
duos.
squad, yeah.
Duos. Oh, it just if
Yeah,
your team. Okay.
You haven't
Wait.
played any of the big team matches, have you?
No.
You get victory royals pretty regularly with those. Okay.
Wait. Okay. So how many Victor Royales? What ABC? What were
5, 7, or 11.
I don't know, Liam. I mean, like, I would say 5 or 7.
I would say 5.
7's quite a lot.
Yeah.
He does play with.
He
does play with
There's so many false
James.
starts with Fortnite. I can't see him getting more than 5.
I think David is his nickname. I think his real name is James.
Unless you've got friends that are freaking pro as fuck. Like.
All right, we'll go 5. You got 5 Royales with cheeses.
It's 7.
With cheeses?
Oh my god!
Not only did I say cheeses. All right. What's the next question?
Right.
Draw.
In Fortnite, my current skin is what rarity? Is it rare, epic, or legendary?
Well, he did get 7 cheeses. So it has to be the second one? I don't know. Like, Liam, does it matter any at this point? I'm not giving up, but I'm just...
Most of the legendary skins are the ones that are only available for a limited time, and Keith has already shown his dismay for those before.
Yeah.
Everybody's always dressed up in those. I don't think it'd be in like a more basic skin.
Right.
So I would guess epic. Something
Okay.
that just
Epic
fit
is
his
the correct
style.
answer.
All right.
Oh, a correct
Liam?
answer.
Liam, thank you very much. It's all on... I thank you. We got 1 right. There's more questions. All right, let's continue.
I'm not
What we
I'm just bad.
we haven't decided is what happens if you tie it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'll do it.
if you tie it, would you accept a deferment to another quiz, or you accept me changing the stakes for next time? So if you want to go ahead and say I've lost, I'll play some Apex Legends for 90 minutes and hate every second of it, or you can defer it to another quiz, but you allow me to change the stakes.
Which means that I'll be playing it for longer if I lose.
Not
You got to keep
necessarily.
playing, and you got to keep playing until you win.
That will not happen because I don't see myself. I don't know what you do in that game. You just kind of fuddle around through boxes and then someone shoots you and then you have to wait in the lobby until you fucking do it again. No, let's go through. I mean, 90 minutes at this point sounds like it's like a mercy killing. So we'll just go for 90.
I
We'll
was
shoot
hoping
90
for
minutes.
another quiz show, dude.
I mean, we are running long, unless that's the angle we're taking. I'll just cut it here and.
We can still draw though.
Yeah,
That's
so, right. Okay.
Would the second quiz
so-
be now or next week?
I say that.
Well, some of the time.
Yeah, in the future.
Right. It's the penultimate question. In Call of Duty Warzone, my character is currently at what level? Level 20, level 23, or level 25?
Oh, they're so close.
Yeah, they are really close.
Are they-
How?
Are they able
It's
to?
really, really easy to level up with playing Warzone. Like, I got to level 60 pretty quickly.
Well-
So it's not 20 maybe.
If you
gotta be
think
at least
about,
23.
so I'll give you a bit of a hand on this one. If you can remember the question that how many kills I got, and Liam is, which is the smallest number, which is only 7.
That's true.
But Liam's saying you level up quickly. So 20, 23, or 25.
Do you want to go for the high number, Liam?
I think we should
You're
go
gonna
for the middle one.
23. All
Yeah.
right, let's go 20. Let's go 23. 23.
23 is correct.
Oh,
wow.
Alright.
thank you.
All right, we got 2. We got 2.
You guys
I've
can tie
finally
it.
proven my worth.
There you go. No, I didn't answer any of these questions. It's all you, man.
Right, last question. In Warzone, how many total games have I played across both Battle Royale and plunder mode? Is it 6, 9, or 12?
How many games?
9.
9. All right, let's go 9.
Oh god, I hate picking the middle answer again.
It's 6.
Wow.
Fuck. All right, that's it. We lost.
We won.
Keith, why don't you play more? Jeez.
Because I don't like it. It's all grey and brown and shooty, bang, bang.
That is fair. I like the mechanics a little better. But
Yeah, same. It is very brown.
You guys got to stop playing these fucking games. I don't know what the fuck's wrong
Well,
with all of you.
I've been trying to play Control, but kind of life's been getting in the way. So one of the things I'd just like to say, after the disappointment of last week, where I have to refer to America now as America, I feel a slight sense of redemption and wonderment that we get to see Evan play a game that he's going to hate for 90 minutes.
It's a long time.
That's true.
It'll
I feel slight redemption after my poor performance that I get to see Evan playing Apex Legends.
So I don't know, Liam. You got your wish at the end. Do you think I will kill a single person?
yes.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Start taking bets on that.
You
That's
can
my
do it.
goal: is to kill one person. All right. All
So you
right.
kill
No.
3 people at least.
All right.
Well, we could
Well-
do if you shoot a person, melee a person, and do a finishing move on a person, you get to shut the stream down there and then.
Oh, that's
man.
pretty cool.
All
I
right.
like that incentive. That's cool.
I'll start practicing. All right.
When is this
the end
taking
of that.
When is this taking place? Do we know yet?
Soon.
Soon,
All right.
when Evan secretly reinstalls Apex Legends.
I
'cause think he's-
will reinstall it, and if I'm awake and available, I'll be happy to join the squad.
Oh, it's installed. I keep getting fucking updates on it. Like every time I turn my PlayStation 4 on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
You guys win.
there we go.
Michael,
it's
Matt.
Not, it's not.
Congratulations.
It's not their win, Evan. It's everyone's win. Technically, even yours. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah, this is generating content, so
All right. The best
You
thing
can
about
click-
this is after that 90 minutes, I get to fucking delete that game from my PlayStation, or I love it. I do a complete turnaround, and all of a sudden, I am
Convert.
chomping at the bit to get you guys to play with me. So we'll see what happens. All right.
Right. So now that's out of the way, we can actually get on to talking about what we're talking about, which is Battle Royale games. See how there was a link?
Oh my
Clever.
God.
I am the Weaver. Right, let's get rid of that. And
Oh.
one of the things I was going to say is, so kind of, why do I play some Battle Royale games as opposed to playing more what I would normally do is single player story driven narrative based action RPGs. And one of the reasons is, barring load times and lobbies, if you're relatively time poor, which I am very much at the moment, I can jump in and play a game or two of Warzone or Apex or Fortnite and be able to feel like I'm having a bit of fun and not necessarily achieving anything. But if I had that same length of time playing something like Control, all I would have been able to do, as I did this morning, was talk to some plants and then have to turn the game off. Which I didn't really feel fulfilled after talking to some plants and having to turn that game off in the time that I had. So that's one of the reasons that I kind of have that itch scratched by Battle Royale. Obviously, like I said, though, it does depend on load times and lobbies, which is why I think Warzone is a pain in the backside. Other than it being the most brown and grey game I've ever played. The other reason I mainly play Fortnite is to play with my friend. So we'll, rather than have a phone call or Skype or FaceTime, we'll both jump onto Fortnite and chat and shoot the shit for a bit, and also shoot some people and build monuments to the sky, which I still haven't got my head around how to. I was playing a game the other day. I went to shoot someone and I threw bandages at them instead.
I can see how that. I can see how that would happen too.
Yeah, because the mechanics in that game, if you swap from certain things, and before you've got into a fight, if you had one of your icons selected, and you don't know how to quickly swap back, if you're swapping from building to fighting, yep, you can end up throwing bandages at people instead of shooting bullets.
Yeah.
All right, this is a question that I have for everyone here that plays these games is especially like Mick Womble, you said people that are time poor, or just like I have 15 minutes. It's easier to get without lobby issues and that. It's easier to get into a game of Warzone or whatever than to play 15 minutes of Control per se. Is it more about the ease? Like, how much of it is it that it's just relatively fun? The ratio between fun and ease of jumping in and jumping out.
Because there's also an element of I've got nothing invested in this.
Yeah.
So if I fuck up, there's no penalty. It's not like if a stormtrooper cheap shots you from around a ledge that you didn't see coming.
Oh, let me tell you.
And then you get kicked back to a waypoint and you've lost loads of XP, and so there's no real sense of loss if you screw up, because because the games are psychologically reinforcing you just to keep playing rather than actually necessarily being good.
Yeah.
So
always
there is a joke in there about me hounding on these games, but like, who's having more fun of a time? Because I'm playing fucking Jedi Fallen Order and I'm losing my fucking mind. It's like, well, maybe I have it all wrong. Like, why am I playing this game? Why don't I jump in to play Warzone with my friends for 15 minutes? Type of thing. Sorry, Matt,
well,
you were gonna say.
I was gonna say the other thing that is too, like, if you jump into a game and you just immediately die, like somebody shoots you, you jump out and then like your XP meter goes up and you may get a level or something, so even though you completely failed at that one match, like, it still gives you a little reward for having even just jumped in.
Bit of a carrot on the stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why one of the things I don't like about them is that how kind of psychologically manipulative they can be. Keith, my second beer, I have Vocation Brewery's Life and Death IPA,
Nice.
6.5% ABV, rich golden tropical fruit aroma.
Lovely beer.
So, golden, don't know, maybe.
Oh, Liam, you've had it?
Yeah, they're always on a free for £1.20 deal, I think.
Nice.
All right. Well, if we're doing the interlude, I have the Kirin. It's called Kirin the Strong. It's a cola sour. It's 9%. And this can is just like, didn't give two shits about graphic design. You can barely see it. It's not even important. It pours like a fucking cola.
Wow.
It looks like it. It smells like it.
Is the can extra thick to hold the liquid in so it doesn't eat through the metal?
I wouldn't be surprised, really. It just smells like fucking Coca-Cola. And I hate soda. I fucking hate soda. I never drink it. I think it's disgusting.
The least extravagant thing I've seen out of Japan.
These strong zero cocktails, they need to be abolished. I'll just drink them all.
You keep buying them.
Yeah,
can you buy this? What was it? Super grape or something was on the.
Yeah, I saw it. I should have purchased it. Yeah, there's a sparkling like grape one that's like 9%. But yeah, this is really bad.
And I think it was called Super Grape. So I want to see what happens when you have super grapes.
I'll be on the lookout. Anyways,
Going back to what McWomble was saying, and I agree with him. I've been on both sides of the barricade with games like this, and then I kind of got fed off because at one point you're looking back at your backlog, and I'm constantly buying games when they're on sale, and then I've been looking at Rocket League after so many months of doing the Rocket Pass, and I was like, this is going nowhere. I mean, I'm not making progress, and I like to finish my games and delete them. That's the best feeling out there. I definitely like that. So, but then there's also the point that after you beat a lengthy game, you kind of want shorter games where you get into right away, because most games have this, like, for many games it takes like 3 hours or 10 hours to get in the middle of it and like get a clear grasp of what the gameplay loop is and enjoy the game. Because after you finish a game, you want to get on to the next one, but then it's this transition period after you've seen all the prologue, all the everything, all the story, all that, and then the game finally sets you free and doesn't hold your hand anymore. So that's also a bit annoying. So yeah, I've been jumping back and forth between this, like completing a big game and then going back to some indies, or a never-ending game like a live service game, and that's for me that's always been GTA Online and Rocket League.
Well,
So,
how about?
Yeah,
Sorry, Marco.
I make the distinction
No,
between.
finished.
So what I would make the distinction between kind of the battle royale element and the kind of that has a live service element, but I wouldn't. For me personally, I would feel happier about playing a battle royale than I would, say, a live service game like Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Mm.
So whilst there's that same element of it always being there, I think going back to what Evan said is which is more fun. So I can have more fun playing Apex Legends and Fortnite than I know that I ever would playing the kind of live service Ubisoft experience of their content.
I'm sorry, McWomble. You mean
because
experience?
Experience.
Experience.
Yeah, because those, like, you can't say you go into those and have a match of X, Y, or Z. You know, like it's an open world. You have to think about what you be doing. You know,
It's your daily chores.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, Michael. Were you going to say X, Y, or Z, and then you changed Z
Yeah.
to Z? Hey, you live in England. It's Dragon Ball Z. We all know this, right? I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
No, but
I kind of stopped there for a moment. I was like, which one feels better?
no, but
I think he made the right choice.
Oh, X, Y, or Z. Oh, he said Z. Yeah, he made.
I prefer
obviously
Z,
made
to
the
be
right
honest.
choice. Yeah, there you go.
I'll
Oh
take that.
shit!
McWomble probably wants to kill
McWomble
me.
is not happy. We can see it on his face there.
I think, and nothing today could bring me down after knowing that Evan's going to play 90 minutes of Apex Legends.
Fair enough.
Cool. I saved
right.
myself by sucking.
So, actually, from what Michael and McWomble have been saying about, well, more so, I guess, Michael is saying about bouncing between games. For me, if I play like a big AAA game, I like to play like a smaller 2-hour kind of indie game as a palate cleanser before I jump into a massive game. I'd like to ask both Matt and Liam the same question. I guess I'll ask Matt first because he is the ignored one man. Like you play a ton of games, but I don't know. For me, you do not seem like the type of person that plays these types of games, and that's like just solely based off of your personality, like judging from nothing else. So you play a lot of stuff. When do you jump to these games, and how long do you jump to them? Is it in between games? Is it a palate cleanser, or is this just something that you're constantly going back to even within the course of a single day? Like how do you tackle these battle royale games?
So in particular, like Warzone or Apex, since these are like the big multiplayer games that everybody's playing, for me, they're kind of like Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was back in the day for me.
Bless you. Whoever's sneezing.
So respect for Black Ops 2. That game was awesome.
Yeah, that was, I mean, kind of like what Keith was saying. Like, you get home, there's not a whole lot of time, or you can only jump on for an hour. How much can you actually get done? Black Ops 2 used to be, sorry. Black Ops 2 used to be that game. Like, I would just jump on, play a couple matches, be done. So these games are like that. It's intermittent. I play kind of whenever. It's not necessarily like I switch between, playing a big game to, I'm going to do a few multiplayer matches before, I then move on next month to some other game or whatever. It's just kind of whenever.
What about, do you have like a friend that, like, as McWomble was saying, like that it's kind of like, well, if we're going to talk, we might as well play games as well. So he likes a battle royale game, so we play insert game here.
Yeah,
so hang out type of thing.
Like particularly with Warzone, the cool thing about Warzone is it's cross-platform multiplayer. So I have a friend in Michigan, if I remember correctly, where he's at.
That's in America, isn't it?
It is. It's nearly Canada.
It is nearly Canada. That is for sure.
But no, he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, do you play Warzone?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, I'm gonna be streaming tonight. Like, jump on." And so I just joined him. But he was on PC and his friend was on Xbox and I was playing on PS4, which is just like the coolest experience. But yeah, I mean, that was like, there was no other reason other than I had it installed and he happened to be playing that night, so I jumped on.
All right. We're probably running quite long, so I guess I was going to ask Liam the same question, but I'll ask him a different question concerning this.
Evan thinks he's the host. It's nice.
Actually, one time I tried to be the host, and I remember I was trying to move the conversation like from one thing to another, and everyone was like giggling. That's fucking hurt. I was like, hey, if you guys want to do it, step on my toes and get it done. I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not. I was just like, everyone, it was like a brief pause. So I'm like, all right, let's move on. They're like, this guy thinks he's the fucking host. Fuck this guy. He's barely on this show. It's like a once a month motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here.
Also, did anyone else notice how quickly he drank that Gola drink?
I'm not. It's not good right now.
So, but I applaud you for. Hopefully, you've got something else nicer to drink. Because there's nothing worse than these people who get something they don't like and they just sip it for ages. Just get rid of the fucking drink, it, and drink something you want to drink instead.
Yeah, I'm back on the beer after that 9% cola drink.
Straight to the head.
I drank in like 2 minutes
with all the sugar.
Terrible stuff.
So, let's ask Liam the question that Evan probably now can't remember.
You are correct, sir. So continue on. Battle Royale. Bring anything up.
Stuff.
Doesn't matter.
Stuff.
I mean, I can answer the first one, I suppose.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, I agree with Matt. Like, I think the thing with me, because I've been playing Fortnite for a couple of years now, thereabouts, I find it to be a really nice experience to jump into. Because, sometimes like when you switch on your games console or whatever, and you've got like a bunch of games on your hard drive that you want to get through, but you're focusing on one specific game at that time because you want to get through that, and then go on to another thing, and then another thing. But that particular night, you just don't feel like playing that one game. So instead, I don't want to start another game either because I might get distracted and then never come back to that other game. So instead, I'm just going to go play a few rounds of Fortnite, and it's sort of like having your palate cleansed, and then you jump back on the next day, and just like all of a sudden, I feel reinvigorated. I'm gonna play that game that I was playing before Fortnite and get that done.
Liam, how about friends?
Oh
Wait.
well,
Liam's got
I,
friends, yeah.
I would say like
Hey, how about friends? How about friends?
that was my main incentive for playing Warzone. I've just, and because of coronavirus, obviously, but all of my friends that I used to hang out with all the time in school. I mean, I've got like literally we're having to fight over how many of us can play. They just introduced 4-person squads. Up until then, we had to kick somebody out. So we'd only be 3 of us. Now I've got
getting
about
picked for
6.
football.
Yeah, now I've got about 6 different friends vouching to get in the 4-person squad every night. And it's nice just being able to catch up with a bunch of people that you.
One thing I would say
It's
about
cool.
these games, and I'll push the question to Matt and Liam, is about barrier of entry. So whilst these games are technically free, some of them do have a bigger barrier of entry than others. So I tried to explain some of the basics of Apex Legends to Evan a couple of weeks ago. And even just things like what guns take what ammo and what extensions. He got rather confused. The lag on the game really didn't help either.
It was pretty bad, yeah. My favorite part is like we're like looking down at the same thing, and it's been like 5 minutes. You're like, this does this, and you're like, do you have a notebook? Are you taking notes? I was like, am I supposed to have a notebook? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, because it's taken me to level. I think I'm level 87 overall in Apex Legends, and it's taken
I kind of
me
slowly realized how deep the game goes based on
Yeah.
all the stuff you were saying to me. I didn't take it as that in the beginning, which is why there was no notebook in sight. But it was like, okay, yeah, this goes deep. Like the more you play, obviously, the more it becomes natural to you, and you don't have to think about it. But for a first timer, it was quite heavy in detail.
But for me, the worst barrier of entry was Fortnite. The easiest was Warzone.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll say, Keith, would you say that Fortnite's probably the most difficult barrier of entry because of how the game requires you to learn to build, not just shoot? I mean, the shooting part is easy, but the building part is what's the most challenging part of getting into that game.
And not just that, not just knowing that you need to build, having the mental and then actual hand dexterity to swap from fighting to build enough to protect yourself and potentially build towards your enemy at the same time as then watching out for other people who might want to attack you from the other areas of the map. One thing just to clear up, the term third-partied, can we just get over this? You're playing a fucking battle royale game. Everyone is a third party.
What do you mean?
So have you not heard this?
No.
Oh, I've been third-partied. So if you're in a squad and you're in a fight with someone else, and then another squad comes over and kills you, that's being third-partied. But it's a battle royale. Everyone's a third party.
That's the whole point. You can get somebody coming up behind you, somebody from each side. That's the excitement of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's lots the mental shift from playing a normal. I'm doing lots of air quotes today. Normal first-person shooter or third-person shooter to playing Fortnite, I've found the most difficult to get used to, and because I only play it intermittently, maybe once a week, it's taken me that much longer to retrain my gaming brain to be able to do some of the things that my friend who plays pretty much every day finds quite natural now, because he's got that muscle memory to be able to do that. So whereas Warzone is just a generic first-person shooter, pick up gun, run, shoot, bang, bang. I'm sure there's more meta stuff in there, but compared to Apex Legends and Fortnite, it's the least deep as far as the understanding the gameplay
on the surface
goes.
It's like the surface of it is a lot more welcoming compared to the others.
Yeah, so it's talk about that kind of the breadth and depth. So Fortnite is a very, I'd say, specific kind of niche of thing, but very deep, that you need to get used to doing certain things to be able to get good at that game. Apex Legends, again, a bit smaller, so it's more of a classic kind of first-person shooter, but there is some depth in terms of the mechanics that you need to understand and bits of the meta gameplay that you need to understand to be able to compete at a higher level. I wouldn't even think about going into ranked matches, even at level 87. I just wouldn't.
Holy shit. Level 87.
And
Whoever, sorry. I meant to say, like, whoever mastered the thing that Matt Wumble said, like the building and all, like cycling through all those mechanics and having the dexterity to do so, like, should be proud of themselves. I mean, like, that's an achievement on its own, like being able to. Because I tried 3 matches only, 3 matches just to see how it was, because my partner's little brother came by, and that was everything he was playing. And then
kids play Fortnite on an iPad blows my fucking mind.
Oh yeah,
that sounds that's insane.
And I tried it, and I kind of got the hang of it. Like, I was cycling through it, but then I understood how much more depth was to it, and I said, "This is not for me."
Yeah, there's a difference between understanding how it works mechanically and being able to do it in game, and then actually being able to do it when you're in a firefight.
Yeah, I'm at the unconscious incompetence stage of learning. So is everyone familiar with the stages of learning?
Yeah.
Yeah. For anyone who's looking at me blankly, would you like me to explain?
You can.
Right. So there's 4 stages of learning, which is conscious incompetence. So you know that you're doing something wrong because you don't have the experience of doing it.
Right.
Then you've got unconscious incompetence, where you think you've learnt what you need to do, but you actually haven't. So you're getting things wrong, but you don't think you're getting them wrong. Then there's conscious competence, which is you know what you need to do, but you need to think about it before you do it. And then there's unconscious competence, which is you don't need to think about it because you're just you know what you're doing and you just do it. So at the moment,
envious of people.
Yeah. So at the moment, depending on what game I'm playing, I'm either unconscious incompetence or conscious competence. So I have to think about what I'm doing in Fortnite. So I have to think about what I need to build. And by that point, sometimes it's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the progression on these 4 levels you mentioned with games that have complex traversal mechanics like Spider-Man or Just Cause.
Yeah. So when you're learning as you're going along, and then eventually you'll get good and be able to do this. But this is why I think if Evan would like, we'd swap Apex Legends for Warzone, because I think with the lower barrier of entry, and you've played enough Call of Duty in the past that.
Oh,
I have.
The only problem with that is the amount of gigabytes you're gonna.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to delete everything.
Delete every game.
Yeah.
But so if you from what we've just described, is there anything that we've said in terms of why we play Battle Royale games, the 3 of us who do you, Evan, actually understand why people play these games? Or are you just like, I don't get you fucking weirdos, stay the hell away from me and my single player games?
If you want to that's what I got to say about that. No, I mean, like, general gameplay loop stuff, it's like, yeah, I get it. It's like you can see other games and it's very, very similar, like kind of carrying on the stick stuff with experience and kind of getting in there and doing the same shit. But other than that, no, I don't get it. I don't want to, and I'm not being hard-headed. Like, if someone's like, well, let me show you how it works, it's like, okay, I'll take a shot at it, but no, it's just not something I care about. I don't get the idea of dropped into a map and doing the same fucking thing over on the same map, and then you win or lose in your kill ratio or whatever, and you do the same thing again. It's like, what are you doing?
I guess it's also about the little moments.
How many platinum trophies have you got from completing games multiple times?
Too many to count.
Well, the only thing is you could get a platinum trophy from, well, like a couple maybe.
Okay, I don't believe you. I believe that your brain is slightly impaired by that cola drink that you drank far too quickly. Michael,
I think it kind of is, to be honest with you.
Michael,
but like it's the single part of the game,
Michael,
right?
We've moved on. It's not your fucking show. You've got your own show. Michael, from a guy who quite likes obviously likes not necessarily purely live service models, but someone who's been playing a lot of them, do you think that there's a point at which you might swap from, say, GTA Online or Rocket League to a battle royale, and what would it take to potentially make you make that shift?
I've been tempted with Apex when it launched because it was a hit, and I was like, okay, this is just the beginning of it. I should jump in on it right away because the difficulty barrier will be like pretty much everyone will just be the same. But then moving on, it got quite late, so I'm kind of intimidated by that, and I also don't have people to play with. So yeah, I was kind of considering that. I know you can play with randoms, but it's better with people you actually know. And yeah, I felt the same with Warzone, but then didn't act on it. I don't know. I'm also in a weird period right now where I can't really commit to such experiences. But generally, I'm open to them. You know. Also, I'm not really a PvP guy. I don't know, like a while back, I mentioned what I did to my GTA Online to play alone.
Yeah.
So I'm using something to kick everyone out of the session and do my business. Yeah, but yeah, I think primarily, as McConville said, it's a big part of it is the people you play with, having friends, because that's how I played Rocket League. I played Rocket League for like 2-3 years with someone, and we would catch up over a Skype call while playing Rocket League. So it was part of our day-to-day things to do. So it felt just natural. So again, like once you get into such a game and you no longer think about it, you don't have to stress that. You still have to learn it, and it just becomes like everything goes natural. Yeah, I kind of have to find a new game to get at that state with, and yeah, as soon as that happens, I won't mind playing any of these games. It's just about the opportunity.
I would
That's one of the
say
things though about battle royale games is how they sort of fluctuate as well. You know,
Sorry?
I feel it's sort of one of the more interesting things about the battle royale market at the minute as well is how they've been fluctuating. I mean, you remember when PUBG sort of kicked off the craze, and then once everybody started copying them, there were games that you expected to do a lot better that failed, and games that you didn't expect to succeed, like Fortnite, for instance, becoming more popular than anybody could have possibly imagined.
Sorry, pub what?
Completely flat. Oh, did I say PUBG? I meant Fortnite.
Pub what? No
PUBG?
one plays that anymore, do they?
Well, exactly, but it started off the whole craze.
Yeah.
Like that was the first battle royale game. You know?
And one more thing I wanted to add, like what I think actually makes these games special and keeps people playing is it's not a game.
Manipulation.
Sorry?
Psychological manipulation.
Maybe that, because they make these passes, like you have to buy in or use in-game currency to stick with a pass, which that's very addictive. But part of the fun of the game is also that from time to time you get these unique situations in game, like for instance, in Rocket League, I hit someone with my car, and their car bounces in the ball, and the ball goes into the goalpost. So wow. And I imagine these moments happen in Fortnite, and you never know what's going to happen, like how you're going to get your next kill. Maybe, like, there are only 3 people left standing, and you'd never think that's how you win. Like I saw something recently on Kotaku's highlight reel. This guy jumped from his helicopter, and then the helicopter fell into another player and killed it. And I don't know, it was insane. Like, it was so impossible to pull off, and he didn't mean to pull it off, but it just happened. So you never know what you do, and then you record it, you post it online, and you brag about it, like, look what happened. So I think that's quite nice. That's what's beautiful about these games.
Right, Matt, do you want to wrap us up before Evan passes out?
Sure. No, I was gonna say, like, just to rebut Evan's point of, like, oh, you jump into the same map and you're doing the same thing. The map on Apex Legends and Warzone is so large, and it's divided up so nicely. Depending on where you jump in, it's like playing in different multiplayer maps in a traditional first-person shooter. So I would say that despite the fact that it's the same map, you would be surprised at the variety of combat situations that you get into depending on where you drop in. And I would not let playing on the same map hold you back.
Also, it's a learned experience as well, because the more you play it, the more you learn about things on that map. So it's like, oh, I played here before and I died this way in this spot, and I'm not going to do that this time. And oh, I know that there's some rare loot that's normally under here, so I'll go grab that. And then, it just, you learn where all the vehicles get placed and things like that. But it's so huge, it takes a long time.
Yeah.
I was playing Fortnite with my friend the other day, and I said, I can hear a chest, and I was, but I can't find where it is. And he just said, oh, I can see which house you're in. It's in the roof. So if you build up to the ceiling above you, knock through the ceiling, it will be in the roof on your left. And so he's just played that game so fucking much. He knows where pretty much all of the chests are in all of the major little areas. Which
and then why play the game anymore? You start out fucking bright-eyed, hopes really everything's good in front of you, and this fucker knows exactly where the chests are.
Because of his hilarious laugh, the other day when we won a match together playing duos yesterday, and it was hilarious. Just that me not knowing what the fuck I was doing at one point and still killing someone, and just his laughter. For me,
I have a question for
it's more about the social interaction rather than the actual in-depth gameplay experience. If I had the time to do so, I would be playing Control more, because I'm really enjoying Control and I want to finish it. And then, like Michael was saying, my backlog, I've got Rage 2, I've got Doom Eternal, I've got The Man of Medan, I've got Vampire. What else have I got? I've got Evan, what's that Team Eco game that you like a bit?
Shadow
of the Colossus. I've got that
like
as well.
Like a bit. It's my favorite game of all time.
I know. You're just
fucking poking.
Free on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, that's why I picked it up. I picked it up on PlayStation Plus. I should have played that before we did the recommend the game thing, and I could have said to Evan, it's a boring load of shit. And then when the horse dies, why do you care?
I have a question for Evan. For if there was a maybe he would like a battle royale that doesn't involve shooting as a main mechanic. I don't know. Like maybe something.
I was going to say maybe Evan would like a battle royale that doesn't involve other people.
I was thinking about that.
I'm really good at that, by the way.
I was thinking about that. I like that question because I was thinking about if you could have a battle royale experience, so like at its base, it's like you versus 99 or more other players
Yeah.
to the death. What
So
potential game or brand do you think could do that kind of scenario justice?
yeah, then I could ask everyone this question, like, if there was
God
one
of War
mechanic,
Battle Royale.
like a battle royale, but based on a different mechanic other than shooting. Like it could be like, look at what they've done in Forza Horizon 4, like the update they made. Like it's a battle royale based on racing. Racing alone.
You bringing that up is quite interesting, because the first thing that sprung to my mind was Mordor, the Mordor games.
Yeah.
So
having melee combat instead of shooting.
Not just melee combat. You think about environmental kills, poisoning wells. So if you want to get health back, you need to go to a beer barrel if you're an ogre and drink, but someone could have poisoned that. So there's loads of other stuff that you can do in terms of creating that meta gameplay that just isn't, I need to shooty bang bang thing.
I immediately thought of Tetris 99.
Yeah, that I also that's another great example. So yeah, I was curious
just like killing stuff.
Yes. I was curious which gameplay mechanic, which gameplay loop should a battle royale feature to attract Ivan? If like
You'd have to do so much. I mean,
if you could run around and get pocket tissues.
Wow.
I'm just
Yakuza battle royale.
The easy answer is I'm just not gonna play any of them. I don't care about the.
Or maybe
well, you have to play one for 90 minutes.
Well, there was a Final Fantasy Tactics battle royale or Yakuza battle royale.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
On that note, should we end it, gentlemen?
I think Evan's ending it.
Yeah.
Fucking ending everything.
Bless you.
Bless you.
It's very visceral.
I've been holding that sneeze for like 10 minutes now.
I've never heard anyone say they could hold a sneeze. This does not exist. You're fucking lying. No one can hold a sneeze.